Now, I'm sure at this moment everybody knows about the mrbeast and Jacksepticeye drama. These are two content creators that I know about, but I've never really consumed any of their content. Yes, I've seen a mrbeast video, who hasn't? But I don't actively search it out because I am not his target audience. I don't even think I'm subscribed to mrbeast or Jacksepticeye because I'm not his target audience either. I think there's a side to this drama that we aren't actually looking at. Yes, Jacksepticeye has every right to not like mrbeast content. I respect his opinion. However, to me, this feels like it's been set up.
Now, Jack, a completely unrelated question. Do you like Mr. Beast?
Jack is strapped into a polygraph test, and yes, they have been known to be inaccurate. However, he cannot save face. He has to truly say what he is thinking, and I think he does an okay job at mitigating the loss. First of all, this is an extremely unfair question. This is what you call a loaded question. The reason being, if he says yes and he lies, then the polygraph test was probably going to determine that he was lying, and that sets off a whole chain of implications. While the chain of implications would make for great content, Jacksepticeye is a brand, and he does have to protect that brand at all costs, and probably realizing that he was about to enter this rabbit hole, he doubled down and committed to it.
No. Jack. Oh!
I think in that brief moment, Jack realized what was about to happen when he answered that question, and he answered truthfully. I don't think he likes mrbeast. However, that does not mean that he does not like Jimmy. People have a problem in the modern day time of separating the creator from the content. Just because you don't like a video by a person does not mean that you don't like them as a person. Jimmy's probably a really, really good guy. Hell, I don't even like mrbeast's content. I appreciate it. I appreciate what Jimmy does and all that he does and gives back. However, I think it's over edited and targeted at an audience that's not me. And it is completely okay to have that opinion because I still respect Jimmy for what he does with his channel. The man is a godsend to YouTube and content creation in general. He has set a bar that people have to try to achieve to.
Do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube? Yes.
Here we are where Jack is trapped between a rock and a hard place with an impossible situation to deal with. These are things that you would probably keep to yourself in a polite society and just let people do their own thing. However, for Jack, it is too late. The sword has already been drawn. The gauntlet has been thrown down. He has committed to this line of questioning, and he backs up his statement and says what he truly seems to be, what he seems to truly be feeling. To play devil's advocate, I can kind of understand where Jack's coming from. YouTube used to be a completely different platform before it went quote unquote mainstream. Now it has become a platform for all audiences, and a lot of times you have to have overly saturation in your editing just to be able to keep people's attention long enough to watch your video and understand the content that you're trying to convey to the world. And I think one of the most contributing factors to the oversaturation of editing is the mrbeast channel. It is clearly targeted at a younger audience that has a shorter attention span thanks to TikTok. However, that is not Jimmy's fault. Jimmy is a capitalist, and he saw a void in the market that needed to be filled and said, hey, I've got what you need, come to me. And that is okay. Businesses do that all the time. This is more of a representation and a fault of the market, which is the community that we all are, more so than it is a fault of Jimmy, the creator of mrbeast.
Now, in all honesty, Jack, why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun. You just don't think you had fun playing Squid Games?
Again, this is an example of the change in YouTube over time. This is not a fault directly of mrbeast and Jimmy. This is something that YouTube has changed into over the time by accepting ads and sponsored content. However, this is also a great thing because this gives people an opportunity to make a living as content creators in an avenue that they previously did not have. But Jack is correct. YouTube has evolved into a popularity contest based on views. The more views views you have, the more money you're going to make. So that means you're going to take things to the next level. You're going to see things like better editing, better cinematography, better everything in general because of the newfound competition. And competition is a great thing in a market. Competition often drives better results for the consumers in the long run. And I truly believe that Jimmy was smart enough to realize this at an early age, and he said, hey, I'm going to raise the bar on talent. I think Jimmy threw down a gauntlet and said, who is going to step up and be the next Mr. Beast?
You think he had fun riding on yachts? Building wells in Africa? I don't know. If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer. We'd see the fun. Ooh. I thought you were going to get me with that one, didn't you?
I think this is an unfair critique because I'm sure Jimmy has a formula when it comes to crafting the length of a YouTube video. His videos are typically about 15 minutes, which is well over the time that is required by YouTube to have mid-roll ads played, which is 8 minutes. And anybody who has a monetized YouTube channel knows this is the target goal. Longer video typically leads to a longer playtime in which more ads are viewed, which means more money for the creator. And I don't think Jimmy is at a point where he needs money, so he goes the Hillier Smith route of cutting out all the stuff that has no meaning or value to the actual video, all the boring part. However, I am sure there's an audience that would love to see behind the scenes setup on how he pulls off all of these things that he does pull off in these videos. I'm sure there is an audience for that, and maybe Jimmy should start documenting everything that is boring. However, the audience for that video would be entirely different, so you can't keep the behind the scenes in the same video as the main video, the production itself, because it's going to be for a different audience and it's going to hurt the performance of the first video. And for my people that aren't YouTube savvy and don't really understand what's going on behind the scenes, YouTube bases a lot of what it pushes in the algorithm based off a click-through rate and retention rate performance. Click-through rate is based off of impressions, which are when people see your video and actually choose to convert what they've seen into a click in and consume your content. This way YouTube can show them ads to make money. And retention rate just means the percentage of duration that people have actually watched your video. How long did they watch it for? Did they not like it after 10 seconds into the video, or did they watch the whole thing and love it? And Jimmy has spent years understanding the analytics behind YouTube, and every time that he provides a scene that is boring, that is an opportunity for somebody to click off and nuke his content in the algorithm. So contrary to popular belief, the video should not be longer than what it needs to truly be to provide the best content for the consumer. And everybody who makes content on YouTube for a living is aware of this, and they are guilty. Hell, I myself am stretching this video out to 8 minutes and hope that it flags in the algorithm and I can somehow make money off of this, maybe monetize this channel.
Who's the YouTuber you hate the most? I don't know. There's a lot of groomers and pedophiles on our platform.
Jack finishes it off with a true statement. There is a lot of people that abuse their authority and the power that was gifted to them by their community to abuse that community that they're in. This is definitely not okay. We do not condone child grooming or trafficking. That's frankly disgusting, and anybody who is involved with that, like EDP, should be under the jail. And with all of that being said, that is going to be my take on the Jacksepticeye and Mr. Beast drama. I think Jack was put in an extremely vulnerable situation that he probably shouldn't have been put in. If on one hand he freaks out and walks off the camera, then he kind of sets implications in place. However, if he doesn't double down and go with the truth, he is on a lie detector test. So the readings would probably come back as a lie, and then the world would be ready to draw their own implications anyway. I think what he did was extremely smart, and he crafted his own narrative in a situation that was considered a lose. If you enjoyed this content, let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, come be a member of the royal family, the Cringe Kingdom. We would definitely love to have you here. If you do want to voluntarily support this channel through monetary means, I will have a link to my Patreon down in the description. Thank you all so much, and I love you.